today. From CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Phillip Rivers and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Cam Newton and the New York Jets.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Seattle Seahawks.
Set to kick off.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback who's in his 17th season now in the NFL, an 8-time Pro Bowler to boot. It's Phillip Rivers.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's going to launch it for Washington. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
They give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 58 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
Rivers on the money, complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Aaron Donald. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's
he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback. It's Cam Newton.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby. And sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton, he will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson.
Pass complete to Justin Jefferson. It's a gain of 13. But
it'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
He's brought down at
3 yards. They're good enough to keep the drive moving.
3. And the Jets 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Out of the gun, Newton. Complete, the tight end, Kelce. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
Jake Elliott on.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Rivers on 1st down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Jordan Hicks.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
20-yard line.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Newton. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Man coming off a career year in 2019, Leonard Fournette. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down, Jets.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
The Seahawks 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. To Johnson again, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. David Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, and the Jets are going to add on to their lead. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the 2nd try.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That's good.
Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Eckler, the ball carrier.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On third down, here's Eckler. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And that's good for a Seahawk.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
The ball carrier.
For Pete Carroll, we might recall that he was a member of the Jets organization for 5 years, 1990 through 94. Had the first 4 as defensive coordinator and then as head coach for one largely forgettable 6-10 season in 1994. But I'd say his stock has risen since.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Breida on the carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. On on those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
3 at the 45-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Can't do that.
Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. To throw on second down is Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, Newton going deep downfield for Ross. And unable to connect, incomplete. Yep. Credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the... There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Return. The Jets take over first.
And here now is Travis Kelce. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They'll try the air now with Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
He was taken.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 7-yard line.
Once more, here's Eckler. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
On the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Rivers. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
4 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
New York.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So on now comes the Jets offense as they're going to go for 2 here. Now following the interception, here's Newton. This will be caught at about the 6.
The 2-point attempt.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Back to it after the pick 6. Rivers. Short pass caught by Henry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On 1st and 10, Rivers. That's caught by Hollister. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. James Washington with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And his kick is right through. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Their own 26-yard line.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there, and he's closing in on that number. They're all running back circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play call.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Operating from the gun. Newton looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Following the interception here, Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Complete.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive. And we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. He has to sort of pick himself up off the mat now, Charles. They were winning at halftime, now losing it. He's not playing well.
Sometimes you get into a position where you get a little bit too greedy. You feel great about how you're playing. Good first half. Hey, I can do even more in the second half. And then you make throws that you're not supposed to. As you said, he's got to start to turn things around.
See if he can erase those 2 third-quarter interceptions from his mind.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
We sit in quarter number. Three out in Seattle, a 2nd and 10 now. To throw again, Newton completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
New York.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Johnson.
10 more there and another first down.
36-yard line.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Garrett. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Newton got a man open. It's Ross. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Just beating the play clock is Newton. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the 4th. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? From the gun, Newton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. He's going to launch it for Washington. And the defense loses him. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
1st and 10.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Eckler. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here is Eckler. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to throw here. Rivers to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And he'll bang that one through. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Complete to Josh.
The end result, 21 yards.
21 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Dumps this off over the middle. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
A 6-yard pick.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
A first down throw here for Rivers. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Rivers. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
All right, I want to get too poetic here where they talk about, you know, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots. And that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.